Hi Tom, here's a look-see for our lesson yesterday. Let's look at iron shot on the right, driver on the left. We'll see a noticeable difference in posture. Now, the irons on the right was your first swing of the day before we even talked about posture. And as you mentioned, it is something that's you've been told before, you're aware of. And the driver on the left is your last swing of the day when we talked about improving your posture. But I believe you probably stood a little better, taller with the driver prior to our discussion. So the other thing here I want you to see is a good picture of where that club is set at the top of the swing. You'll see here the irons. That's what I call on plane because it's pointing in the same direction as the target. Anytime you got parallels there, we're going to call that on plane. Now the driver, you got a little bit more of a wind up to it intuitively, as we all do, and I think you'll see when that club points more to right field at the top. One of the things I noticed right away was that left arm. You mentioned it does get into a little bit more of a bend point. You can almost see that club creeping out from the other side of your cap there. See it? So that's going significantly to right field. So that's gonna require an adjustment on the way down to get it back on plane. Okay. So you're not always able to do that. Sometimes you are. So it's all timing from here, really. Coming back from the inside, nice. That's pretty good looking impact motion there. A little bit more on the heel there, which we're working on, trying to stay away from that toe. So I like that impact position. And just doing a nice full picture here so you can see it. A little bit slow motion, not much, but it's a good golf swing. You know what you're capable of there. So this is when I want you to kind of see how that back foot doesn't quite release too. So I'd actually like to see this heel on this side of your big toe. Okay, so if that's totally released, it's doing a pretty good job on the way down. You are coming off that right side pretty good, which what we were working on. I just want you to keep going with it. Still weight on that back foot right now. Even now there is. Well, that's what we mean about releasing that right foot and letting the club exit low and left. That's what we mean. This one's nicely on plane on the right. See your head just coming up just a little bit because of your stooped posture. I think that improved posture will go a long ways in helping some of these irons. And if we're standing up more, don't be afraid to let that ball come just a little bit closer to you in your setup, okay? You might be surprised how easy it is to hit the ground when the ground is closer to you, okay? Let's look at a couple forward face-on pictures here with the iron. This one here, this is you. I missed that one. I think these are 9-iron warm-ups. It's a good release of the right side there into the ball. See how you're just staying back on that back foot just a little bit. You're on your front leg, I'm not saying that, but your hips can't turn as long as this foot, this back foot is anchored and not flipped over. Okay. Get you down to that ball to make that divot in front of the ball like you were doing towards the end there. I think that would be very good for you. So basically we talked about your posture, we talked about your, this is when I think we talked about getting that right heel off the ground as a drill to get you over on your left side a little better. I do like that as an exercise very much. Let's see if I can find a face on. Let's do a face on driver here. So we know about the top of the swing issue there, so let's just have a little front view. Let's look at your footwork a little bit here. This is towards the end when we were trying to keep that front foot a little quieter on the ground. Much better there. Still got plenty of hip turn. Here's a front view of that little left arm breakdown. You can almost see the club head coming towards us here. So you don't do that with the irons, so, and you're aware of it, but very possibly that could be your best swing thought, is to say, alright, I want the arm to be long, and if I do that, the club is going to be out there if that forearm lines up with my bicep. Okay. And moving on your left side, this is where we that's a good swing there because you're really working on clearing that left side. Now your right toe is off the ground. Let's see if you can keep going with it. And I want that leg a little bit less of this angle, a little bit more over here. We get that rotated, that's going to happen. See how you're falling back a little bit at the end? So getting off the right side, getting the club good position at the top, work on that posture. Those are probably your top three. And we did a good job of cleansing your checklist of swing tips and things you've been working on. So let's keep it concise to 3 different things and work on those 3 things separately. Okay? Enjoyed the visit. Keep me posted on the progress. Have a good day.